All right, so this lesson gets a little bit tricky because we're going to start adding and subtracting angles. Now, when you have just a regular angle, like that, they start putting names to them. They give them titles, and they just do the alphabet. So this is A, B, C, and it is a right angle, so I've got my lovely little square. So this is angle A, B, C. Now, if I were to divide this angle, and I were to have another line come into it, I would label it E. So let's say I have angle ABC, which is made of angles ABE and angles EBC. Whenever I name an angle, I always start at the very top and work my way down. So this is angle ABC, and I put this in front. That means angle ABC. So that's this, which is made of angle ABE, so angle ABE and EBC. So ABE plus EBC equals ABC. I know it's a little confusing. There's a lot of words here. But when you see them put together, it's really this piece and this piece are parts of this whole piece. It's kind of like a fraction. So let's say that the angle of this one right here, the angle of EBC, is 60 degrees. But I don't know what this angle is. How am I going to figure this out? Well, thanks to this handy dandy square, I know that angle ABC equals 90 degrees. And I also know that angle EBC is 60 degrees. Now, I just need to find out what angle ABE is. There are two ways that I can do this. I can subtract 60 from 90, or I can count up from 60 to 90. Either way, they're both going to get me 30 degrees. 60 plus 30 is 90. 90 minus 60 is 30. So the angle of ABE is 30 degrees. This is just the same kind of concept of when we were doing perimeter, having to add up or subtract what we already have to find the leftover missing piece. So let's look at this one down here. What is the measure of angle EBC if ABE measures 25 degrees? Now, this is one of those things, guys, where you really do need to draw because it will help you out. So when I'm looking at this, I see it's a right angle. So for number one, just gonna make myself a little right angle here, put my handy dandy square and label it A, B, C. Then I add in my line. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. Honestly, it looks like I split this in half, but I'm not gonna worry about it because I know that angle ABE, so this one right here, is 25 degrees. And because of my little square here, I know that angle ABC is 90 degrees. And I know that angle ABE is 25 degrees. So in order to find angle EBC, I'm going to have to subtract. I'm going to have to take away 25 from 90. 0 minus 5 is impossible. So that 9 becomes an 8, and that 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 8 minus 2 is 6. So the measurement of EBC is 65 degrees. Not so bad, right? Let's do another one. What is the measure of angle AEB if measures CEB is 68 degrees? Now, this one's a little bit funky looking, so let me draw him out. This is a straight angle, and yes, that is a word, a straight angle. Here is A, here's the point in the middle, and here is C. Now, look at how it's been labeled too. You would think this is B. Nope, this is E. And then I've got a little line coming up, and that's B. And then I've got a little circle there. So that's the angle that it's showing me. All right, now I'm gonna go back and reread. I know that AEC equals 180 degrees because it is a straight line. AEB is what I don't know. CEB, so CEB is 68 degrees. So angle CEB is 68 degrees. What is AEB? Okay, I'm gonna have to subtract. This is my whole, this is a part, this is the other part. 8 minus 0, can't do it, go next door. That 8 becomes a 7. That 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. Drop down that other one. So angle AEB is 112 degrees. Okay? So when we are measuring, it's always helpful to draw. And please, please, please make sure that you pay close attention. Do your lines have to be accurate? Nope. Do they have to be perfectly in the right direction and be measured out perfectly? No. We're not going to use a protractor for this. All you need to focus on is understanding the titles of each line. That is where you can get into trouble. You might get confused and think of B, E, C. We never start in the middle. We always start at the end and go in. So A, B, E. E, B, C. To figure out what each part is, read the book carefully. It is going to tell you exactly how it is. And when we write, we put that little angle sign. Okay? So let's do one more. It says, use the information below to draw a diagram. PQR measures 42 degrees. RQS measures 39 degrees. PQR and RQS do not overlap. What is the measure of PQS? All right, I know that all sounds kind of weird, so let's listen. PQR measures 42 degrees. Okay, so I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna make it open up the other way now. So here's P, here's Q, and that means that R is gonna be going up. And it's gonna be at 42 degrees. So, you know what? I'm gonna be specific. I'm gonna get my protractor out. I know how to do this. I've done this before. So it says 42 degrees. I'm gonna find 42. Because it's opening out, it goes over here. 41, 42, so it's right there. So connect my dots, 42. So here's R, P, Q, R. And then I'm gonna label it as 42 degrees. And then it says RQS measures 39 degrees. Well, here's R, so here's the start of my angle. Here's Q, so here's the middle of my angle. So that means S is gonna have to come up from here, okay? So that means this is my new straight line, and it needs to measure 39 degrees. So line it up, 39, right about there. Label that S, 39 degrees. And then the last part says PQR and RQS do not overlap. Overlap were to mean that they would sort of cross over themselves. They share a line. And because they share a line, they do not overlap. Overlapping would be here's one angle and here's another angle. That's overlapping. We're never going to draw anything like that. So don't worry about that. They literally just put that in there to confuse you. They're messing with your brains like they like to do. So you always say, not today, math. So PQR is one part of this. PQ or RQS is the other part. But the whole angle is PQS. Or SQP, you could say it either way. Okay? You got this. Addition, subtraction, you can handle this. This is stuff that we've done a long time ago.